Today's headlines are: Gov to launch emergency helpline, 911 PM. Prime Minister Imran Khan Monday said the government will launch the Universal Pakistan Emergency Helpline, 911 to control crime. The Prime Minister was given an update about the Universal Pakistan Emergency Helpline during a meeting with the officers of Ministries of Interior, Information Technology and Telecommunication. Minister for Interior Sheikh Rashid Ahmed, Special Assistant to Prime Minister Dr. Shehbaz Gill, Secretary Interior, Chairman Pakistan Telecommunication Authority, Chairman Nadra, Chief Commissioner Islamabad, Director General National Telecommunication Corporation, Director General National Information Technology Board and others attended the meeting. The Prime Minister was told that all the formalities including coordination among provinces was completed, and the helpline will be ready for formal inauguration by the first week of October 2021. The Prime Minister instructed the relevant officials that all hurdles for launching the service should be removed. He stressed that protection of life and property of people was basic responsibility of the government. The Prime Minister expressed the hope that start of this helpline would help in ensuring peace and security in the country, and timely action could be taken against incidents of crimes. Alvi advises banks to facilitate research students. Resident Dr. Arif Alvi on Monday advised the banks to develop relationship with universities in Pakistan to guide the research students in conducting studies at par with the latest trends and demands of the market. Speaking as the chief guest at the 4th Roundtable Conference on Islamic Banking here, the President asked why there was a need to establish a separate organization for research, when the students of universities were carrying out studies on a variety of topics. He said the research students should be given guidance and patronage by the banking sector, so as to align their efforts with the market requirements and modern trends. The banks would get the required researches, while the students would be encouraged to work with more dedication, he added. Dr. Arif Alvi said the concentration of capital was painful, and it was against the teachings of Islam, to as a good Islamic society, opposed the accumulation of wealth. Distribution of inheritance of wealth and property immediately after death of a person was also spirit of the teachings of Islam, he said. He also called for establishing Islamic Sharia compliance instruments in Pakistan. The President observed that the discrepancies between the rich and the poor sections had largely increased during 2014 to 2018. The President said the institutions and organizations all over the world were being compelled to safeguard the interests of their customers, workers, and society, besides ensuring justice. Dr. Alvi called for dedicating a proportion of loans by the banking sector for financing on women empowerment to enable them contribute positively in the sustainable development of the country. PM briefed on construction of mega dams. Prime Minister Imran Khan Monday he held a meeting with Chairman Waqt General Registered Trademark Newsi Al Hassan, and received a briefing on the progress in the ongoing construction of mega dams. The Prime Minister expressed satisfaction at the construction of the dams, and directed that building of dams should be ensured within the given time frame. He said building of new dams to meet demand for water was need of the time. He was of the view that the construction of new dams would also help in meeting energy requirements of the country, and the consumers would get inexpensive electricity. First PIA cargo flight carrying WHO medical essentials lands in Mazar-i Sharif as part of the humanitarian air bridge. The first cargo flight of Pakistan International Airlines, PIA, carrying medical supplies of World Health Organization, WHO, landed in Mazar-i Sharif on Monday. The P-234, Boeing 777 AP- flew from Dubai and landed at the Mazar-i Sharif airport, the first international flight to Afghanistan's fourth largest city, after the takeover of the Taliban. As PIA is providing air transport for the operation, the WHO will be arranging logistics on the ground. Pakistan's ambassador to Afghanistan Mansoor Ahmed Khan confirmed that the PIA cargo flight took essential supplies of WHO to Mazar-i Sharif in line with the Pakistan's role of making a humanitarian air bridge, in coordination with international agencies. First PIA cargo flight with WHO medical supplies. From Islamabad to Mazar Sharif today, the envoy tweet on Monday. UN chief calls for action to end enforced disappearances. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has urged countries to fulfill their obligations to prevent and prosecute cases of enforced disappearance, a cowardly practice which the coronavirus pandemic has made even more difficult to combat. The UN chief made the appeal in his message to mark the International Day honoring victims of this serious human rights violation, being observed on Monday. Together, we can and we must end all enforced disappearances, the Secretary-General said. Enforced disappearance refers to the arrest, detention, or abduction of persons by agents of the state, or those acting with state authorization or support, whose whereabouts are unknown, according to the UN. Once largely the product of military dictatorships, it has become a global problem, the UN said, with hundreds of thousands of people disappeared in more than 80 countries. Impunity remains widespread, it was pointed out. While strictly prohibited under international human rights law, Guterres said enforced disappearance continues to be used across the world as a method of repression, terror and stifling dissent. Paradoxically, it is sometimes used under the pretext of countering crime or terrorism. Lawyers, witnesses, political opposition, and human rights defenders are particularly at risk, he added. The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated the impact on victims of enforced disappearances and their relatives, the UN said. Having been removed from the protection of the law, victims, who can include children, are deprived of all their rights and are at the mercy of their captors. They are frequently tortured and know that it is unlikely anyone will come to their aid, the UN said, adding that some are even killed. Enforced disappearance deprives families and communities of the right to know the truth about their loved ones, of accountability, justice, and reparation, the Secretary-General said. The NBOC allows 25% crowd for New Zealand matches. The Pakistan Cricket Board (COMOP) Monday announced the National Command and Operations Centre (NBOC) has approved 25% crowd attendance for the upcoming Pakistan vs New Zealand series. New Zealand will arrive in Islamabad on 11 September with the three ODIs scheduled at the Pindi Cricket Stadium. Lahore's Gaddafi Stadium will stage the 5 T20s. The decision means around 4,500 spectators will be able to attend the ODIs scheduled on 17, 19 and 21 September, while approximately 5,500 spectators will be able to watch the 25th of September, 2000, and 26 September, 29 September, 1 October, and 3 October T20s. Only spectators who are fully vaccinated and have immunization certificate for COVID-19 will be allowed entry inside the stadia. Following the NBOC decision, the PCB will shortly announce ticket prices and other details for New Zealand's first tour to Pakistan in 18 years. PCB Chief Executive Wasim Khan said, "Spectators are the essence of any sport event as they create an ambience and atmosphere for the players to excel, perform and enjoy. In this background, we are grateful to the NBOC for allowing the PCB to invite 25% crowds for the 8 matches. I am sure following the NBOC decision, the unvaccinated cricket followers will expedite their vaccination process, so that they can witness the first series on home soil between the two sides since 2003. This will be an opportunity for the spectators to not only enjoy some quality cricket in the season opening series, but also support and back players from either side as the ODIs count towards the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023 qualification, while the T20s will lead into the ICC T20 World Cup. Lahore Garrison Golf Team leads in second PGA Inter-Club Golf at PAF Golf Club. Lahore Garrison Golf Team leads in second PGA Inter-Club Golf at PAF Golf Club. The golf teams of 3 leading golf clubs of Punjab, Lahore Garrison Greens Golf Club, Pafskivu Golf Club and Rawalpindi Golf Club entered into a competition here on Sunday for achieving honours through team-based skillful application of golfing skills. Format of this Punjab Inter-Club Golf competition was set forth by Pakistan Golf Federation 1 year back, and has been graded as a team event where members of the team comprise of 4 amateurs, 4 senior amateurs, 2 juniors under 15 years, 2 juniors in the age bracket above 15 to 18 years, 2 lady amateurs, and 2 girls under 21 years. At the end of the first round in this 2 days combat, the Lahore Garrison Greens team combined exceedingly well to emerge as the dominant one and look fitter and a cut above the rest. After the first round, Lahore Garrison Greens team aggregated a gross score of 1,201. Their ascendancy can be adjudged from the fact that they are 116 strokes ahead of the Rawalpindi Golf Club team, who managed to aggregate a score of 1,317. As for the Pafskivu team, they lagged still further behind at a rather modest-looking gross aggregate score of 1,375. For the Lahore Garrison team, their adept and powerful performers were their amateur golfers. Distinctly outstanding was the youthful Omar Kayani, who showed proficiency in his hitting off the tees, and equally effortless was his shot-making from the fairways. Thanks for watching Newsi 24/7. For more news, visit our website on www.newsi247.tv or follow us on Twitter, YouTube and Facebook.